discuss a popular theory in the culture today that is Ancient Aliens. It's a TV show as well, but there's a recent podcast I was watching with Joe Rogan interviewing Anna Luna, who is a representative out of Florida, and she's on a task force in the House that is overseeing the declassification of information, and they're talking about extra-dimensional entities. They're talking about aliens, basically, and that there are all these testimonies that are under oath, and all these so-called encounters, and that the government may perhaps even own or have access to craft that has been downed, and you get into all this this whole realm of this ancient alien extraterrestrial framework. And what the default assumption is in this worldview is that the laws of logic just are. We don't question that. Laws of physics just are. These aliens have operated within this mathematical framework, this logical framework, and have evolved over millennia, and they have developed this technology, and so they're advanced in this technology. And what they're not questioning, which is what we're supposed to do as presuppositionalists, is they're not questioning how they can account for laws of logic, universal, invariant, abstract, not physical, laws and math that we can use, we can utilize, and purportedly these aliens can utilize, and laws of physics, which we discuss these things in the precept series when we talk about how God is the foundation, the Christian God is the foundation of morality and logic and mathematics and science, and our ability to operate and interact with these laws. So the Ancient Aliens framework, the Ancient Aliens type worldview, doesn't even address that. It doesn't even scratch the surface of that. It just assumes the Christian worldview and then tries to operate within it. Well, part of the Christian worldview, and if you're interested in the alien phenomenon at all, no doubt you've heard of the Nephilim and the angels that have fallen in the days of Noah, and you get into all this type of stuff. But the point is, and I'm not going to discuss that all here, I'll give you a couple links where we discuss some of that with a local lady here that does podcasts, and we get into these discussions from a biblical framework. But if you've run into these things, no doubt you've heard, or you've thought about, well, what is possible, because there's deception that's coming upon this world, and it's at the highest levels now. We have people in our governments, that are talking like this, and that are Congress has recently come out and discussed, these whistleblowers who are claiming that they've had access to downed craft and biologics, that have been recovered. So all this stuff's going on, and we have to think about it from a biblical framework. But it doesn't call into question the foundations of Christianity. It doesn't call into question the Bible itself. When they're talking about in this discussion with Rogan and Luna, they're discussing the Ethiopian canon that has Enoch in it, the Book of Enoch. And so they're talking about the Book of Enoch as if it was hidden and taken out of the Bible, and so they're calling into question the providence of God regarding His Word, and so that's what they don't quite understand is going on here. Is that it's alien to them, to their thought patterns, is that in order to question the canon, in order to question the Word of God, you have to call into question the God of the Word, the God that reveals Himself through the Word. And if He, heaven and earth will pass away, but He said the Word will not pass away. And so He's created all things, He upholds all things by the word of His power, and He's providential and in charge of these things. So the canon can't be called into question rationally without undermining the foundations of logic and morality and rationality. And the books that, that they're referring to have to be analyzed and judged in terms of the Bible. So presuppositionally, it's a vacuum of information that they're founding this on. It's vacuous to say, well, ancient aliens, that doesn't explain the basic problems of philosophy. It doesn't explain universal laws. It doesn't explain the creation of the universe. That it assumes an evolutionary naturalistic worldview, which is bankrupt. So we'll give you a couple links below into some discussions where we get more into, what the Bible might say about aliens or fallen angels, and what types of technologies and this sort of thing. But understand, from a presuppositional framework, it doesn't help. It's not helpful to try to call into question the Bible or call into question the scriptures or the canon because of this ancient alien worldview that's become popular. So familiarize yourself with what the Bible would say about these types of issues and what's possible, and the angelic realm, this supernatural realm that does exist, and familiarize yourself with presuppositional apologetics, so you can see that it doesn't actually it's not actually an attack on the Bible. It's not an assault on the Bible that you need to be concerned about. So just be aware of it, familiarize yourself with it, so that you won't be deceived in the coming days.